Hello, I'm Roxy Eloise, and today in this video I am going to read to you the first chapter of The Awakening of Artemis by John Calia. This is this month's book buy.
I just came to say, I hope it's not too late, I hope it's not too late. I just came to say, I hope it's not too late, I hope it's not too late.
I'm gonna get straight into reading the blurb for you. Orphaned by war and disillusioned about her life, Diana Gutierrez Adams is on a routine military assignment when she and her team are kidnapped by a domestic militia. And I haven't got these in. Will it connect to my phone? Okay. Orphaned by war and disillusioned about her life, Diana Gutierrez Adams is on a routine military assignment when she and her team are kidnapped by a domestic militia. She learns from her captors that her cryogenically frozen grandfather is at the centre of a high-stakes plan to steal technology that will change the world for greed and great fortune. Challenged by the conspiracy and pulled by emotions she doesn't fully understand, Diana's rescue mission will change her life. What happens to her is unexpected, perhaps miraculous, adventure that embraces all her hopes for finding her true self and her place in a world dominated by powerful elites and even more powerful artificial intelligence. It's actually the artificial intelligence that drew me to this book, and I'm a little way in, and it hasn't disappointed me. I am so engrossed with the technology. John has done so much research into the upcoming technology and what exists maybe being developed or as an idea, and he's projected it into a dystopian future, and it is amazing. I have my bookmark with me that my friend made, well, she got made for me, custom made. It has Nyella written on it, and Nyella is my name in my language for my book, Pure Caudal. I don't make the names up. There's an alphabet, and what you get is what you get, and I got a really pretty name, so I'm happy with that. I'll put that back in my space, and there is a prologue, but I'm not going to read the prologue because I really enjoy first chapters more than I enjoy prologues, so I'm going to read the first chapter for you. Chapter 1. The Battle. The missile hit just as she was activating her ground control station. A drone pilot, Captain Diana Gutierrez Adams, was about to fly her first combat mission when she was thrown across the room. Dizzy from the blow to her head, she stumbled to her feet. Points of light prickled in her eyes. The pain she should have felt was overcome by the rush of adrenaline. Looking around, she realised the east end of the building had collapsed, destroying several stations and likely killing the drone pilots. She swung around towards Gabrielle's station. Like Diana, she had been thrown to the floor, but unlike Diana, she was unconscious. "Gabrielle!" she yelled as she took a step toward her friend. Her head spinning, she tripped forward, breaking her fall with her elbows. She crawled across the room and knelt down next to her, placing 2 fingers on Gabrielle's carotid artery. She was alive. Looking up, Diana realised that Gabrielle's screens were still active. She pulled herself up to Gabrielle's seat and made a quick assessment. It yielded a startling conclusion. The missiles had been their own. Their fire control system must have been hacked. She lunged towards the emergency button that would switch the program to manual control. The screen showed that she had successfully broken the satellite link which controlled the missiles. Using the infrared backup and manual control, she was able to dump the active missiles into the Atlantic before their enemy could redirect them. What now? Were there more to come? She had read the report that Turkey's missile sites had been destroyed on the previous watch, yet they had succeeded in hacking the US missile control system. So she couldn't be sure that their hack hadn't taken control of another round of missiles. A fire had started at the far end of the control room and was spreading in her direction. Smoke filled her nostrils and stung her eyes. The urge to flee was overwhelming. She was sure she could escape with Gabrielle in a fireman's carry, but would there be another round of missiles? She couldn't know. There was only one option. She stumbled towards the flames, her mind fighting both confusion and panic. There was one station that had been used to test a new system, and only one person on duty who could activate it. When she stumbled over to him, she immediately knew he was dead, but his station was still active. She needed his palm print to activate the biometric bypass and get to the new software. So she dragged him the 12 or so feet to the station, despite the fact he outweighed her by about 40 pounds. She activated the link to the football-sized lasers that had recently been launched into space, forming a mesh network. They were too numerous for an enemy to destroy without risking counterattack, yet she knew they had never been activated. Not until now, anyway. She had memorised the coordinates of the targets for today's mission, Turkey's electric power stations, and now entered them into this new system. But would it work? In 3 clicks, she got her answer. 80 lasers from different orbits locked onto each target. Pulling the trigger, she uttered a millisecond-long prayer and watched as the targets flickered and then vanished. Success. The targets were destroyed. With no electricity, they had effectively been bombed into the Stone Age. The flames were like tongues, hissing like a snake as though they were trying to strike Diana. When she stood, they denied her oxygen, so she crawled back to Gabrielle. She may not get out alive, but she wasn't leaving her behind. So she draped her over her back, and on her stomach and elbows slithered towards the door. Emerging from the control room, she realised how lucky she was to have survived. Engulfed in smoke and still smouldering, the base was barely recognisable. She stood up, now draping Gabrielle over her shoulders, and headed upwind, expecting any survivors to be found there. Once she emerged from the smoke, she was swarmed by medics, who relieved her of Gabrielle's weight. She collapsed to the ground, choking and coughing up smoke. Someone grabbed her and put an oxygen mask over her nose and mouth. She inhaled deeply, as though she was taking her first breath. But she didn't have any time to stay still. Ripping off the mask, she stumbled towards HQ, the operations centre, refusing further treatment. She tripped several times, once over a dead body, another over a disembodied leg. At one point, she even fell to the ground, which was hot enough to burn her left hand when she broke her fall. Disorientated, weak and in pain, it took a few minutes, though it seemed like hours, to realise that HQ was gone, completely vaporised. In its place were smouldering ashes, no human remains. Commanding the operations centre that directed all the launch stations that day was Base Commanding Officer Brigadier General Paul Adams, her father. "No!" she screamed. And that is chapter 1. A great start to the novel. And this is I've got a lot of time off over Christmas, so this is my Christmas holiday read. If you like the reading of the first chapter, then please support John Calia by buying a copy of his book. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas. I will be posting again before Christmas. No, I won't. I will be posting on Christmas. I will be doing a little vlog for you for Christmas Day. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me, and if you don't already subscribe, then please subscribe. You will help me get a custom URL for my channel. At the moment it's a load of jumbled up letters and it means nothing and it's very hard to share. So if you could please subscribe, that would be amazing. And thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Gabrielle, no, let's not scream it like she's a crazy woman. Yeah, I know what that's like. She crawled across the room. Using the infrared backup and manual control, she was able to dump the active missiles into the Atlantic,